Hello! Hello, anyone who clicked on this video. My name is Lindsay Knapp, and I'm a resident of Southeast Wisconsin. I'm also a real estate agent. I'm a realtor, and this episode is basically real talk with a realtor. I really want to connect with an audience that is looking for education and knowledge around real estate. But first, I thought I would give you a quick little blip into my story, who I am, and how I landed a job in real estate. So this was not my dying dream. This was not my reason to wake up in the morning. I actually had landed an incredible job working for a nature preserve here in Southeast Wisconsin. I'm a naturalist at heart. I absolutely love native plants and working with the soil and working with agriculture and working to grow things. That quickly ended. That came and went, and I drew from that job a real love for working with property, working with land. And so I transitioned into the job of a property manager for someone who was more of like a real estate tycoon, someone who was very good at acquiring properties and then leveraging those properties with what we know today as Airbnbs. And so my husband and I started managing Airbnbs, running the back offices, maintaining the properties, and then we would do some project management on the side. So my newfound love for everything nature really began to outwork itself as we were commissioned to build a 2-acre homestead on one of these said properties. So we designed and built an established homestead with raised garden beds and an orchard and 20-something chickens, and we purchased goats, and we built a greenhouse, and we built a beer garden, and we built an event space, and we watched embarrassing amounts of YouTube to figure out how to do all of that, and we loved it. And in the course of my job doing project management as well as property management, my boss, who was, the property investment tycoon, was hoping to acquire more properties and had lost their real estate agent in that time. And so I just said, hey, do you want me to get my real estate license? And I can help you acquire more properties or sell off properties. But the sole purpose was really just to help this one person generate wealth. And they said, yes, you should do that. So I did. I ended up getting my real estate license. We did a couple of transactions. And then lo and behold, life calls, and my current boss, or the boss at the time, had an opportunity that could not be turned down out of state. And so they were making the move, and all of the properties became unhinged and basically needed to be sold. And I was the person with the real estate license. And so I entered into a new dynamic of real estate where it wasn't just for one client. It was really now beginning to emerge into the larger masses. So I became the listing agent for these properties, but also began to take on more clients. And so I landed a job as a real estate agent. It was a seamless transition from property management. In terms of on paper, it was a seamless transition. It has been a wild learning curve, and anyone in real estate will say it is a wild learning curve because the market is always changing. The products that we use to sell or market, those are always changing. Technology is adding a ton. AI is adding a ton. Real estate is kind of this ever-evolving thing. And so we are on a constant learning curve. And so my goal in creating content for those of you who are like, just tell me a little bit more about what this whole situation is, was to bring some education to the greater community of people who are interested in learning about real estate. So I just have to say, because it wasn't my dying dream to become a realtor, I think I just had this really funny idea in my mind of what real estate agents were. I'm sure if you slow down for a minute in your mind, if you just closed your eyes and you picture a real estate agent, I'm sure you have a very clear picture of what that is. And for me, it was kind of defined by our current day reality TV with like beautiful long crystal nails with diamonds and like flawless hair and fake tans and luxury vehicles. It just seemed like real estate agents were like these mega wealthy prospectors. This is kind of what the media puts forward. But guess what? I'm here to tell you, pop that little bubble. I don't do my nails, and I definitely don't spend loads of time in the salon, and I have one of 4 pairs of earrings, and I'm just a person. I'm a person who really is interested in excellent service, in things that are full of integrity. I think that any sales work can get sticky really quickly because there's the element of money and greed, and there's the element of people like dog eat dog world when it comes to sales, competition, whatever. That is not how I fly. That's not how I work. I would have like fled if that was going to be the nature of this job. So for me, sales is actually more about education and giving my clients all of the information that they need to make a decision that they really want to make in a very empowered way. So we want to make sure that people understand everything that goes into a transaction, all of their options available. What does this home inspection actually mean? Let's break down some terms like mill rate, escrow, and proration. You know, it's a different world, it's a different language. And if you're like me, you started as a kindergartner understanding very little about these things. And so the goal here is to make sure that my viewers and my clients have a well-rounded sense of how to make great decisions with their purchasing power. So that is what we would like to do. That's what I would like to do. So some of those things that we're going to talk about on this particular channel, now that I've introduced myself, you know that I don't get my nails done, and you know that I don't go to the salon. I am just like a small town, simple person. I really enjoy just like the simple things in life. I like the process of a French press. I really enjoy walks in the woods. I love quiet. I am an introvert. That is kind of the beginning of who I am. I have 4 kids. They're all teenagers, and I have been married to the same extraordinary man for the last 23 years. So I'm looking to attract clients to me that are real people who have that same core value of wanting to live honest lives and wanting to do good in the world. And so if that sounds like something that you can dive into and you feel that this would be a value to you, I would love for you to subscribe to this page. Get as much as you want out of the content. I service the southeast corner of Wisconsin. So Kenosha County, Racine County, Milwaukee County, those are my backyards, and places that I love and places that I love to promote because I know them well, and I want to make sure that everyone has a good education on what it means to move to these places. So that'll be some of the content that you receive through this channel. You'll also receive not just content from me, but from experts who are smarter than me. So interviews with local lenders, their advice on the market, interest rates, how to get a great loan, how to get a first-time homeowner product that is going to service you well. These are people who understand what the market was, what it is, and what it might be. So we want to tap into local experts. We also want people to understand what goes into a smooth transaction. So if you are someone on the buying end or the listing end, we just want to break it down really simply, like Thomas the Train, kind of simple, make sure that everyone feels like they know what's coming next. So this is my intro video. All manner of real estate content from a 40-something WISCO resident who is far more interested in educating people than selling to them. because I believe that if you are educated, you are empowered to make a decision with your purchasing power. And so the next episode, as you guys are kind of like clicking through and deciding if you are going to want to continue to hear from me, the next episode that I'm going to present is actually, I'm going to call it the transaction train. What it takes to get from here to here. A lot of people describe a transaction as a pie with lots of different pieces, but I like the train because we're going somewhere. Well, we want a destination. We want to arrive there safely, sanely, and ready to hit the ground running. So thank you so much, and we will see you on the next episode.